Today I'm making a smoked salmon strata. It's a perfect dish for entertaining, so it can be made ahead of time and served at room temperature. The dish combines all of the flavors traditionally found on a smoked salmon platter: capers, dill, cream cheese, and red onion. I've layered them together with fresh spring peas and whole grain bread to make an easy brunch entree that's both healthy and delicious. The first thing we're going to do is take our rye bread. I went with a light rye bread. You can use a pumpernickel or a whole grain. And we're just going to trim off all of the crusts. You just want to cut them to make them fit. It's like putting a puzzle together. We have the bottom layer in place, and we're going to make our cream cheese mixture. We have here a pound of Philadelphia cream cheese, and we're just going to take 1.5 cups of that. We're going to reserve 1/4 cup for later in the recipe. I'm going to add that into the bowl. To the cream cheese, we're going to add some finely diced red onion, which we have here. You want to remove the inside bit of the onion there where it's sprouted. That can add a bit of bitterness. Just going to go with a fine chop. Okay, just going to run a knife over that quickly. And that's going to go into the bowl with the cream cheese. And 2 tablespoons of dill. I'm going to roughly chop that. You want to remove any of the large pieces of stem, but a little bit of stem is fine. Just a rough chop over that into the cream cheese. And our capers. We have here 1/4 cup of capers. We're going to finely chop those. We don't need to add any salt to this because we have the salt from the capers. So we're just going to mix that together. We're going to take our cream cheese mixture and spread it onto our rye bread. It's all going to go into the oven, so it's going to bake and spread evenly across the bread. I have some fresh peas here. You can use frozen, but the fresh happen to be in season. So I have 1 cup fresh peas. They're going to go right on top, and they're just going to steam in there and cook. And now we're going to add the smoked salmon on top. I'm going to layer that. We have 250 grams of smoked salmon. Okay, just finishing the smoked salmon on top. So we're going to finish the strata with the final layer of bread. And this is going to get a cream cheese glaze at the end, so you don't have to worry too much about how it's looking, but that looks great. Okay, we're going to make our egg and milk mixture, which we're going to add some salt, pepper, and Dijon mustard to it. I'm going to whisk that together, and it's going to go on top of our strata. It's going to be the binding agent. 6 eggs into the mix. And 2 cups of 2% milk. We want to add a pinch of salt and some fresh cracked black pepper. Also a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. That is going to complement the flavors of the smoked salmon. And whisk that all together. Pour that on top of our layered bread dish. So you just want to press down on the bread so all of the egg gets absorbed into the bread. So it's going to bake more evenly that way. Perfect. So now this can go into the oven directly now to bake, or you can refrigerate it for up to 24 hours. This is a great make-ahead dish. You want to bake the covered strata for 45 minutes and then uncover it and bake it for an additional 20 minutes. Here we have our finished strata, and now we're going to make a cream cheese and lemon glaze that's going to go on top. We're going to garnish that with some fresh snipped chives. So we have our remaining 1/4 cup of cream cheese. It's going to go into the bowl. And we're going to zest about half of a lemon into that. add a teaspoon of fresh lemon juice. When you're shopping for lemons, you want to look for large, smooth lemons. I find that they have a lot less seeds inside. So a quick way to juice the lemon is just take a fork and you want to loosen up all of the pulp inside. And then use your hand as a strainer. Perfect. And we're going to whisk that around. And we're just going to add a pinch of salt to that. We're going to take our cream cheese mixture and put that right on top of the baked strata. I'm just going to spread that around. It's going to give us a nice lemony finish with the smoked salmon. We're going to garnish this with some fresh snipped chives. So we're just going to plate up our strata. You want to let it sit for 10 minutes, at least to firm up before you cut into it, or you can serve it at room temperature.